Deer kill more Americans every year than sharks, bears, mountain lions, and wolves combined. The number is not close. Deer cause around 200 human deaths annually in the United States, almost entirely through vehicle collisions. Sharks kill fewer than 10 people. Bears kill fewer than 5 people. This video is not about the animals you already fear. It is about the animals you have been taught to fear versus those that actually have a realistic chance of killing you, and exactly what the research says about surviving both. It is the morning of October 1st, 2016, and Todd Orr is 3 miles into a pre-dawn hike through the Gallatin National Forest in southwest Montana. He is 50 years old, a trail engineer for the U.S. Forest Service, and he has spent decades moving through this terrain alone. He shouts, "Hey bear," every 30 seconds. This is standard practice. Just after daylight, he steps into an open meadow and spots a grizzly bear sow with 2 cubs about 80 feet away. She sees him and runs west with the cubs over a ridge. Orr waits 30 seconds and continues down the trail. She has not left. Within seconds, a noise to his left shoulder. The sow breaks over the ridge in a full charge, ears laid back, covering the ground in a low, flat sprint that looks nothing like the slow movements of a zoo bear. Orr draws bear spray, removes the safety clip, and releases a full burst as she closes the distance. She hits him anyway. He drops face first and wraps both arms around the back of his neck. She bites his head, his shoulders, his arms. She bites hard enough that he hears bone crack. Then she stops and moves away. Orr gets up. The bleeding is severe but not immediately fatal. He begins hiking back toward the trailhead 3 miles below. His left arm is shredded, 2 tendons torn from the muscle. His scalp has a 5-inch gash above his right ear. 8 minutes later, a noise from behind. The same bear, already within 10 feet. We will come back to what happened next. First, you need to understand why what Orr did in that second attack is the reason he is alive. The scientific literature on apex predator encounters has produced one finding that the North American Bear Center, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and multiple wildlife biology studies all confirm. The correct response to a predator attack depends entirely on the species and context. Applying the wrong response to the wrong animal is frequently fatal. For grizzly bears, research published in the Journal of Wildlife Management analyzed 675 encounters between humans and grizzlies in North America between 2000 and 2015, and found that bear spray was effective in 92% of close-range encounters. Firearms were effective in only 67%. A person carrying bear spray is statistically safer than a person carrying a gun in grizzly country. When a grizzly makes contact in a defensive attack, triggered by surprise or cub protection, playing dead reduces injury severity and duration. The bear is not trying to eat you. It is trying to neutralize a perceived threat. A motionless, non-threatening object is no longer a threat. A person who struggles signals ongoing danger and escalates the attack. When a black bear makes contact in a predatory attack, identifiable when the bear follows you silently and attacks the head, playing dead is exactly wrong. Predatory attacks require fight back, using everything available. The goal is to make the cost of the attack higher than the value of continuing it. Mountain lions follow the same predatory logic. The Mountain Lion Foundation documents that in virtually every verified fatal mountain lion attack in North America, the victim did not fight back. In every documented case where someone survived by fighting back, striking the nose and eyes, making loud sounds, or throwing rocks, the attack ended. Sharks operate differently. The International Shark Attack File at the Florida Museum of Natural History records that the vast majority of unprovoked shark attacks are single bites, not sustained predatory attacks. The shark is investigating an unfamiliar object. When it realizes the object is not a seal, it leaves. Fighting back during a shark bite accelerates the shark's departure. Staying motionless does not. If a shark bites and holds, the research recommendation is an aggressive counterattack targeting the eyes and gills, the two areas where pressure causes a pain response that overrides the bite reflex. Now back to Todd Orr. 8 minutes down the trail, the same grizzly already at 10 feet. He has no time for spray. The pistol was torn loose in the first attack. He drops face first and covers the back of his neck with both arms. The bear is on him within seconds. This attack is worse than the first. She bites his left forearm straight through to the bone. He hears the crunch. His hand goes numb. He stays completely motionless. He makes no sound. He knows that flinching will extend the attack. He holds. She stands on him, pressing his head and abdomen into the ground. Then she leaves. Orr hiked 3 miles back to his truck on a broken arm with severed tendons. He drove himself to the hospital. He filmed a brief video before receiving treatment. Within 24 hours, 20 million people had watched it. On December 8, 1963, Rodney Fox was competing in the South Australian Spearfishing Championship at Aldinga Beach, 50 kilometers south of Adelaide. He was 23, the defending state champion. He was about to spear a fish in 20 meters of water when something hit him with the force of a train. A great white shark estimated at 15 feet seized him around the torso. His ribs broke on the left side. His diaphragm tore. His lung punctured. His spleen became exposed. He clawed at the shark's eye with his free hand. It released him. As he swam for the surface, the shark returned and seized the fish float attached to his belt. The rope broke. Fox reached the surface and was pulled into a boat. He received 462 stitches. His chest required a wetsuit to hold his organs in place during transport to the hospital. He survived. Fox later said the shark was not hunting him. It mistook him for a seal. He spent the rest of his life studying and protecting great white sharks. He became a consultant on the film Jaws. He said publicly and repeatedly that the shark he should have feared that day was not in the ocean. The animal the research identifies as most dangerous to the average person watching this video is the domestic dog. Dogs kill from 25,000 to 30,000 people annually worldwide, according to the World Health Organization, almost entirely through rabies transmission following bites. In the United States, the CDC reports dogs send 800,000 people to emergency rooms each year. The animal most likely to injure you is not a grizzly or a shark. It is the animal that sleeps on your neighbor's porch. This means the fear hierarchy most people carry has the list almost entirely backwards. The animals that generate the most fear kill the fewest people. The animals that generate the least attention generate the most actual harm. Specific knowledge about a specific animal beats general courage. Every time. Todd Orr survived 2 grizzly attacks in one day, not because he was stronger or braver. He survived because he knew exactly what to do when a 400-pound bear is on top of you, and he executed that knowledge while his arm was breaking. Rodney Fox was seized by a 15-foot great white shark in 1963. He held his organs in with his hands on the way to the hospital. He received 462 stitches, and 12 months later was back in the water, competing in the Australian Spearfishing Championships. He said the thing that changed in him was not his relationship to the ocean. It was his relationship to accurate information about what it actually contained.